You saw me, I just put it in, put the case together, everything's connected. This is the future. This is the future of keyboards, I think. How's everybody been? I've really missed streaming. I'm excited to be back. But yeah, let's get into today's build. So this one is a red Anno, and it's kind of like a wine, like a Merlot or something. It's a very pretty red. Like a very beautiful hue for sure, but man, it is really pretty. This potentially might be my favorite just because I've never had a board this color. It looks really nice. So there's also this like little Flip-6P, like I guess a build guide. So these are your blockers, right? So you can actually change and add blockers. So you can make it wing keyless, you can make it HHKB. It says Seesaw 60% and numpad. This is one of the HHKB blockers. It's kind of cute little font. Yeah, this one is for RGB, so you can actually have like an accent blocker, which is kind of sick. So the RGB would shine through here. And I mean, as far as I could tell with my eyes, the Annos do match. Like there's no difference in the shades that I could pick up. And then yeah, we have our wind key blockers here. So you've got all your different shapes and sizes, different kind of modifications to them too. You do get a foam kit, which has all your PE, plate foams, all that jazz. These are some force brake pads that they give you, I believe. And then there's also these battery foams, which we do need because I didn't get any weights. I don't think I got batteries either. So we'll need to install these today. We have our plate and PCB. So the PCB comes in like a nice bubble wrap. This is nice. I feel like a lot of times PCBs are just like in these little sleeves and it feels like they could get broken. So this is kind of a nice touch to me. PC plate. And the plate and PCBs are split, by the way. We'll get into that in just a second. Yeah, and then you have all your different extra screws and things of that sort. Gaskets, which we'll keep those out too. We'll need those. Something else to note that I really like is like, this case is so premium. It's the same one that was like in the DR70F, similar to the Wind X80 as well. It has like this thing, so pretty much whenever you unstrap your board, you can pull up on this tab like this. Nice touch. You can see that the plate is split, so there are different PCBs that you can get, especially on the numpad specifically, that will swap the whole layout to mirrored. If you wanted it a certain way, you can change that, and they give you both PCBs, so that's super nice. This is also all connected via the like pogo magnetic pins, which makes building this board an absolute breeze. During my testing, I enjoyed the PC plate. The sound was really good. However, earlier before stream, whenever I was unbuilding the board for today, I kind of realized it's PCB gasket mount. We're gonna try a plateless build hot swap today. I think it'll be fun. But yeah, you can see the whole board uses the magnetic mounts here. So there for the switches, we're gonna be using these bronze switches here on the alphas and this piece. And then on this piece, we'll be using mochas. We're gonna see switches fall out. And that's the thing. Whenever I tested it, they were like, I put it in like here, and then I just did this, and then I pulled the cap off, and usually the switch will come out, but it did not. It stayed in. So I was like, wait a second, can we do plateless? So we're gonna try it. I have a feeling that we will be able to. So this does come in 3 pieces, right? So you have your mid like accent frame right here. It does have some force brake things in it. You can see here, these little rubber pieces. I don't think that they do a wonderful job because there's still like a lot of areas that need to be touched up, I think. But this is where the keyboard gets really interesting, chat. So you can choose which side you want everything to be on. So like you can have it with your numpad on the right, like this, or you can have it with your numpad on the left, just by simply moving everything over. And what's crazy is you need no cables to do that. You also can move this to this side. It would allow you to flip the top frame. You see that? And this piece is what connects this PCB to this PCB. Isn't that crazy? Let's add on our wind keyless blockers. So yeah, now that we've got that done, you just drop in your top frame like so. And now these, like I said, these magnetic teeth right here are gonna connect the 2 PCBs here. Pretty insane. And all you do is just set it down. You just line up the pins and then you're good. Today we're gonna be using Mode Obscura. For me, Wob just looked the best on this board. Here we go. So this is the Flip-6P. Wind keyless, which you can see you do have to screw on those things. So there is a seam. I kind of like it though. It gives it, you know, more of that visual flair. Because it's also got like the same exact beveling on it. So that's the side profile again. Really clean side profile. I've always loved Wind and Daring Run side profiles. They never change, and it looks so good, that accent. So paired with Wob, the accent looks amazing. You have that back angle here too, which on the back, the bottom case actually does like curve. It has a smooth curve to it, which is pretty clean. So you can see the USB is a separate little piece. And then that is like a close-up of that pattern that you get on there. It's like this really cool geometric shapes. And then it says Dr. Works Design. I don't know who Dr. Works. Or Daring Run Works Design. My bad. That makes more sense. So yeah, overall, really clean, really cool board. And the fact that I'm doing plateless right now is pretty amazing. Let me get the other two units and we can show you the finishing on all three. We have the red Anno. You have spray coated black, which this is kind of my favorite. I don't know how well that'll show up on the camera, but it has sparkles in the finish, which is really pretty. Has a gold accent, which is also very nice. And the side profile on this one, oh my god. With that gold seam, it just looks really, really good. And then you have like more of your traditional E-white kind of finish, except this is a very orange finish. And you can see it is saturated, you know? It is a very pretty orange. Like this orange is gorgeous. Like this might be my favorite one just because of how bold the orange is in your face. And once again, there's your side profile with that black accent. It looks really, really clean together. Like I said, this one is just my favorite because it also like feels like this is smooth. This is really smooth. And this has like kind of a grittiness to it almost reminding me of like a Corsa or like a Matrix finish. It's not very rough, but it's noticeably more rough than these two. Pretty sick that they have like such a diverse color lineup. A decent weight. There's no weights in them, but I mean it definitely doesn't feel like light or cheap. They feel really good. We have no foam, by the way. Plateless PCB mount gaskets with bronze switches in the alphas and the spacebar, and Swag Keys mochas on the number pad. So let's see how it sounds. This spacebar is heavy. I'm noticing the weight of the springs. It sounds amazing, no? Am I tripping? This is no foam, no force break. I thought I was gonna have to force break it. It's supposed to come out end of August. It's pretty great, dude. That sounds amazing. My goodness. I think the only key that I even hear any sort of resonance is like right here. What's crazy is like this compared to the Wind 80. The Wind 80 had a lot of resonance issues, even though like the case configuration is exactly the same. But this sounds miles better. This is like, for 150, this is like, I'm talking, this is nice. And the fact that like everything, you know, the PCBs, there's no cables. It's all just, you saw me, I just put it in, put the case together, everything's connected. This is the future. This is the future of keyboards, I think, is this magnetic connection, split PCBs, multiple different like removable blockers. Like even that looks good, right? Like the removable blockers look good. Side profile is so good. I mean, look at that board, dude. Look at that. Plateless hot swap. Sounds so full. This keyboard is honestly very refreshing. You can do HHKB, so you can do like an RGB diffused piece right here if you wanted. You also have like this thing that says Seesaw, and then you also have like a blanks too. So I mean, you've got all your different things you want. Okay, so the only thing, right? You would only get this board if you like needed a number pad probably. For me, it would be a harder sell because I don't use a number pad. But even, dude, Daring Run, if you're listening, take this away. Also release just a 60%. You would make a killing with these removal. I'm serious. You'd make a killing. I mean, even this is great. Like with the numpad included for 150, impeccable value. How good it sounds, how good it feels. It's also like pretty soft with the plateless. It's not like the most flexible thing ever. If they had like some sort of like leaf spring mechanism on the PCB, you could really get some bounce out of it, but they don't. With how clean this sounds, no resonance that I'm picking up or hearing in the plateless with no force break. Like, I'm genuinely impressed, especially compared to the Windex 80 that just came out, and it had tons of resonance issues. They are fixing it, but the fact that this is here with none of those issues present and sounds so full, insane. DR Flip-6P, an amazing board. I truly don't have anything else to say. I feel like Daring Run is onto something with this. I think with this, they could legit keep everything the same, just release every possible like layout. I think they'd be doing great. Thanks for hanging out. Until next time, I'll key you later.